This reaction is brought to you by my $5 or more supporters at coffee.com/Alex Haitz. I'd like to thank Andreas Glasel, Ant, Cole Alexander, Lukesh Newman, Jag, Cedro Perez, Thin Ezzy, Willman, AJ, Lizardman aka Bill, and Ben Thrifty for supporting the channel, me, my family, and for sponsoring this video. Thank you all so much. Hope you enjoy. The big black cloud will come. The big black cloud will come. Oh, we're back. We're back in the swing of things. It's actually felt like quite a long time since I did Dawn, and it wasn't. It's just been a very busy end of the year for us, which is a good thing and also sometimes a bad thing, but you navigate it as well and as best you can. And I gotta say, going through Phil's music this time of year, even though it's oftentimes heavy, tricky, challenging, not exactly the coziest thing, it still hits pretty nice. And I'm very, very thankful to be going through these albums at this time of year, and I'm discovering lots of great music in the process. So, yeah, we're right smack dab in the middle. Probably just beyond the halfway point of going through Phil's music here. We are doing the album not after Dawn, because there was White Stag in between this and Dawn, which apparently is more of a, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say unremarkable, but it's like 20 minutes long, and it's maybe more like ambient and field recording based than actual, like, more of the direct folk that he's kind of been doing. But we're going to even be departing from that with this album coming up right here. So I'm very excited to see what changes we have coming up. For those who don't know, I do unedited reactions on my Coffee page, coffee.com/Alex Haitz. For $5 a month, you can get access to unedited reactions from Modest Mouse going forward. That was April of 2021 that I began doing unedited reactions, and I think we have about 100 in there in the backlog. So $5 a month will get you access to that. You can also hop in at the $1 per month level, and that will get you access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Kind of breaks up the monotony of going through like an artist discography binge, and we get to inject random miscellaneous albums into the mix. So if you want to support the channel, that'd be the place to do it. Also, I need to shout out NordVPN, have an affiliate link in the description. Great VPN, great speeds, great prices. If you are in need of a VPN, check them out. Wind's Poem. I'm using the updated Bandcamp artwork for this. The original, the digital file release anyway, because this is what the vinyl, I think, kind of looks like. It just says Mount Eerie instead of Wind's Poem, and it's black text, and it's a more moodier artwork as well. I really like those, like the trees, which, like, I live in Grand Junction, Colorado, so we have a mesa right next to us, and like up on the mesa there's a lot of these types of trees. So I also have my own Mount Eerie a little bit. I technically live in a valley, so I'm surrounded by mountains. But all of the, like, the no flashlight artwork as well, I've loved. And Clear Moon coming up next. Like, I look at these, I'm just like, oh, I feel it, even though I'm not in the Pacific Northwest at all. But yeah, this is 2009, and we have like almost an hour of more intense black metal inspired music here, which is going to be really interesting. He cites black metal as an influence, but he doesn't like it being labeled as black metal, which I find interesting. Curious as to, like, what that means and, like, how noisy this actually is going to be. But it seems to lean more towards, like, long form droney post rock, which I'm like, okay, this should be cool. We have tracks like Through the Trees that are almost 12 minutes long. I'm kind of excited for this. I'm not anticipating loving it, but I might. And if I do, I will be pleased as punch. Yeah, 12 tracks, 54 minutes. I don't really have a whole lot to add here. I just kind of want to start listening. So without any further ado, we have Wind's Dark Poem, the opening track. I will say, It says on here that the vocals were intentionally mixed low to encourage listeners to turn the volume up, causing the album to wrap around the listener like a dream. So I will try to get the volume in a good loudish kind of place, but we will see. I'll still probably make it to where it's like around minus 12 decibels for the YouTube upload. But without any further ado, Wind's Dark Poem. Sick. All right. I'm if this is what we got, I'm open. I'm open. Yeah, I actually do like the it's kind of weird. I think I will actually to get nerdy for a second. When I put out these reactions on YouTube, I have my voice at around minus 6 dB and music at around minus 12. Just to kind of have it be like where I am the loudest thing technically, but the music isn't quiet. But I don't know, I might put the music a little closer to my voice as far as like loudness, because I think it adds something to it. There's like this like really low rumble, and it's so hard. It's so hard to make intense loud music that doesn't overwhelm the mix and sound awful. And it's very surprising at what he was able to accomplish with even just that song. But yeah, really strong start. I know that's supposed to kind of be like he called it like the table of contents for the album. Starting at 100%. It's like, cool. Okay. Through the Trees. This is supposed to be a long one. I am very interested to hear. That was great. That was awesome. So apparently, he and his friend Nick kind of made it as an attempt to replicate a David Lynch track from the Inland Empire soundtrack, which I still have not seen. Lost Highway or Inland Empire or Wild at Heart. You know, I've seen like half, and I have the other half that's just as good. You know, and I still haven't done it. I really like the like. It felt like maybe a kick drum or a tom or something that was just like had such a slow attack on it, so there's no transient. It was just like a boom, and it kind of like filled the really deep frequencies the whole time. But then also just like the washiness of the chords, very slow paced. Man, and I gotta say, I really enjoy the atmosphere so far. I think that like the tone that it's setting is really dark and ominous, but not in like an aggressive way, in like a mysterious way. And I'm like, love it. Let's keep going. My heart is not at peace. And it cuts. Cool. This feels like his first really strong concept-y kind of album since Mount Eerie as the microphones. I think No Flashlight tried to do it, but it just it didn't come together as strong as this. I think the lyrics are better here overall, although there are lyrical motifs on No Flashlight that I think are really cool. But man, I'm feeling that feeling I felt when I listened to Mount Eerie, and I'm just like, ooh, I feel like I'm going through that story, you know? And I don't think he did that super strongly on Lost Wisdom or Dawn. I don't think that was the point. But I think he tried on No Flashlight, and it worked to some degree, but like, I don't know, that one feels like a kind of precursor to this in some ways. But yeah, I'm loving the atmosphere. I'm loving the mixing. He apparently recorded every drum individually, and he did it so that he could do drum rolls on each individual drum simultaneously. And I'm like, man, when are we going to get that? Or did we already get it on the first track? I don't even know. Yeah, I think that this is a really strong start, and I want to keep going. So let's listen to The Hidden Stone. I was very mixed on that. I was kind of won over by the end, actually. I almost had like a post-hardcore thing going on there. Yeah, I would say least favorite so far, but it's still cool. Reminds me of some, actually, or kind of reminds me of some It Was Hot. We Stayed in Water tracks, if I'm to be honest, as far as like compositional structure, I guess. But yeah, I would say like a vibe misstep a little bit, but it is kind of cool to like imagine like it's the perfect soundtrack for playing The Long Dark, you know? It's great. Yeah, still digging it. We're gonna keep going. Next track is Wind Speaks. And it's over. Wow. One of my favorites on here so far. The like it almost sounds like it's like a high and low cut on it, so it's like just the mid, but the like woo, 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 the kind of dull muffled sound that kind of went through the whole thing. Probably a synth maybe, I don't know. Man, this is his strongest stuff since Mount Eerie. This is quite good. This is very notable. 'Cause I really think that Lost Wisdom and Dawn were just kind of like off in a different spot for Phil musically, and just like it shows his like variety in his songwriting as an artist to actually be able to occupy so many different spaces so well. Like this has that cinematic theatrical element to it, and the music combined with the lyrics are really painting like very vivid images. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Let's keep going. Summons.
I can't say it well, let the wind come wind to me, show me shapes in the swirling dust, sayer of names, speak to me, wind, the fog from reflecting sky.
Man, I am slurping up these lyrics. I love the imagery that's being painted here and the way it matches the music. Wow. It's like experiencing like an audiobook or like someone reading a movie script while the soundtrack for the movie plays. Man, I am digging this. This is strong stuff. And I love like this. You can tell he has this, even though there's something very nihilistic about a lot of his lyrics, sadly. You can tell that he has this like reverence for deep, profound thought and introspection, to almost a spiritual degree, which I don't know exactly like what his worldview is. One of my favorite Christian musician artists, John Van Dusen, he also lives in Anacortes, and is very inspired by Phil's music. And I keep envisioning him in these scenes that are being talked about in the lyrics. And it's like he probably has envisioned them himself because he can actually go to the location where Wind Speaks takes place and like imagine that. And it's like, that's a cool thing. You don't often get such specific, geographically centric like art that's this bold, you know? So that's cool. I just want to keep going. I'm really enjoying this. So next one is The Mouth of Sky. This album is slapping. Ladies and gentlemen, it slaps. A second slap has hit the album. Cool. I really liked the more like slowcore drone, noisy exploration of like, you got like that really harsh piano from My Roots Are Strong and Deep going in there. But also like the Glow Part 2, the track, that very noisy guitar. And it's like, those are really just pushed in a drone-like way. And that was really cool. And then the calmer break there was awesome. I don't know what instrument that is. I need to figure that out because I love that almost like, it's like a sea shanty organ or something. I don't know, but I love that sound. Between Two Mysteries. This has potential to be a favorite, just looking at what it is. It's apparently it samples Laura Palmer's theme, also known as Falling, and directly references the show. So I'm excited. Oh, not Falling, it's this one.
In space, and I just lie down in the snow, taking on shapes, welling up in morning light between two mysteries. In the valley beneath twin
Awesome. Great. Yeah, the dude just likes Twin Peaks and he likes being around where Twin Peaks is kind of supposed to be, you know? I wasn't expecting because like Mouth of Sky had the like sea shanty pirates like organ going on there. And this had like the I don't know what you would call it. Marimba? Some type of phone? I don't know what that instrument is called technically, but gave it that kind of, you know, right around the equator kind of feel, which is nice. This album is flying by. I've been slurping, ladies and gentlemen. Ancient Questions. How does he do it? Ladies and gentlemen, how does he do it? Wow. I mean, like that had notes of like, I don't know why I thought of like Wizard of Oz, and like Henry Mancini's type of like pop music, you know, 50s and 60s kind of theatrical stuff like that. But man, it's like he has like so many different, not just like colors of paint, but you know, types, oil, acrylic, and he's able to like paint with so many different genres and moods, and it's like, gosh, makes me want to do the same thing. Okay, so now we're on to something. This is apparently like a little bit of a palate cleanser. Here we go. He knew that would be funny. It's like the like at first when the like, you know, Christmassy chimes came in over the top, I'm like, this is actually kind of beautiful in contrast with this like sweeping atonal distorted synth thing that's going on, whatever it is. Some kind of stretch sample or I don't know, and then like, hey, it's now just nice and okay, well now I have no idea what to expect. Lost Wisdom Part 2. I'm gonna imagine maybe it sounds kind of like the title track, Part 1.
I think the screaming wind said the river, lost wisdom returns. Here's your home.
I won't lie, not really a highlight for me, surprisingly. I don't know. I feel like after something which was interesting in its own way, like I didn't really know where it was going to go, and this doesn't really rise to the heights of some of these previous tracks. I don't think. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I just want to see it stick the landing, you know, because we're already here at the end. Stone's Ode, final track. Let's go.
When I see rivers staring hills sing, the river shone by walking downhill, breath becoming rain, uprooted groans and low, to wind and dust clouded wave in the stream, bodies assembled of dust down. Groans a note to form. Wind brings night. Impenetrable darkness, a chill world of dreams, and ashes and fog, the river revealing.
He did it. He did it. He stuck the landing. Well done, Phil. I like it reused a motif I think from Between Two Mysteries there. That's cool. Also, I feel like it maybe had taken something from another track here as well. I'm not sure, but again with the like marimba or vibraphone, whatever it is, the vibe that one evoked, kind of like Ancient Questions a little bit, where it's like cozy but like mysterious and cold. The remarkable stuff. So yeah, Wynn's poem, best album he's made since Mount Eerie. I think that's like maybe controversial to say because I know a lot of people like Dawn, but like this is great. This is strong. The clarity with which he's able to write very poetic lyrics to explain like very visual things that evoke a very specific feeling within you, and then like really well composed music on top of that to like give it the contrast or to complement it. Magnifique. Overall though, there really wasn't a whole lot of like heavy metal guitar work here. It was way more like ambient, I would say. Also not a ton of like folk here as well either. I apologize for my daughter. She has no respect for the recording sessions. Yeah, I'm very eager to go through this again. I think that this is spectacular, and it harkens back to like what he was doing on the Glow Part 2 and Mount Eerie, where he's doing very strange recording techniques and accomplishing like very strange sounds, you know, sometimes unpleasant ones, if I'm to be honest. Yeah, this was great. This was fantastic. We will be following this up with Clear Moon, which comes out 3 years later. It has Through the Trees Part 2, which I think will be cool, and maybe we'll follow in this same vibe. I'm really hopeful. But yeah, Wynn's poem, fantastic. Eager to re-listen to it, and excited for Clear Moon coming up next. Okay, that is all I have, everyone. I am going to go ahead and head on out because, my children are just doing things. Things to plug yet again, coffee.com/Alex Haitz. $5 a month, access to unedited reactions, of which this is one. $1 a month, access to voting in polls that we do every 2 to 4 albums. Also, got to shout out the Discord. I have a link in the description for that. Got about 200 members over there. It's not the most active server, but I will post like links to unlisted early access reactions and posts when I'm going live on Twitch and YouTube and all that. So if you want to join the community of this man, that's where you do it. Clear Moon. That's the next one. I don't know when it will happen because we have holidays coming up, so expect it probably in January. But we have donation streams coming down the pipeline. I'm doing one this afternoon, actually, so excited to see everyone in those coming up. But yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic 2025 holiday season. Not to date this video, but it's like a little vlog almost at times. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, take care, fare thee well, and Godspeed.